You were about 3 to 4 weeks booked out when you started 3 months ago. Where are bookings at now? What does it look like?
I'd say 3 to 4 months now. 4 to 5 days a week, all full days.
What do you charge for a full day session?
Now it's $1,000.
So you raised your prices since then as well.
I had to, yeah.
Why did you have to? Welcome back to the Artful Dollar. I have with me a guest today that I met a couple months ago, and his tattoo career has kind of gone through a pretty dramatic transformation, and I just wanted to share it with the listeners of the Artful Dollar. So Noah, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Ryan. I'm super excited to talk about this. Going through the program has really changed things for me, so I'm excited to kind of share that experience.
So I want to first learn a little bit more about what was going on. We first met, you came, I think, to the Books in 48 workshop, right?
Yeah.
When was that?
End of July.
End of July. And we're now in towards the end of October. So yeah. July, so really August, September, October. So 3 months ago.
Pretty much right on, yeah.
Yeah. So in the past 3 months, so 3 months ago, tell me a little bit about where were you? What was going on in terms of bookings and stuff like that? Give me some more details.
So I was doing absolutely nothing to get more clients. I was super dependent on people kind of reaching out to me, and I was nervous. I was week to week all the time. I had nothing really going on. No idea when my next booking was coming in. No idea what kind of money I was making every month.
How long have you been tattooing now?
3 years.
3 years now. Okay. And over the past 3 years, were you pretty dependent on walk-ins? Where were the majority of your clients coming from?
All 90% walk-ins, and then the odd person would reach out to me, but that was a miracle if that happened.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm curious, why weren't you doing more to attract clients?
I honestly just had no idea what to do. And the thought of trying things without direction scared me a lot. And
what scared you about it? I'm curious.
I think I was just overthinking it, and I felt really anxious. I didn't want to look stupid online. I didn't want to feel like I was copying people. I didn't want to I didn't know if anything was actually going to work. So I felt like anything I tried was a waste of time because I wasn't seeing results.
Yeah. Where the reality is, had you tried anything, you would have messed it up because that's how you learn. And then you would have taken those lessons and maybe done it better the next time. So I always say to people, the only difference between you and me, Noah, right? We're both tattoo artists. I've been tattooing a little bit longer than you, I guess. I had 13 years in tattooing, but really the difference when it comes to marketing is I've messed up so many more times. So anyone listening to this, know whether you seek some help and get some coaching, you kind of have to be willing to look foolish, to mess it up, to learn. And I have looked like a total fucking fool for years to get to the point where I feel confident in my marketing.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. I had no idea if it was even worth trying. And then when I had direction and someone to help me, that's when I knew, okay, this is actually worth it.
So you were in July. How many appointments do you think you were doing on average per week? Up until that point?
I'd say maybe 2 on average.
That's not, were you getting by? Were you making a living doing 2 appointments a week?
I could kind of pay my bills, but I wasn't putting anything towards my future. I wasn't paying off debt. It was rent gets paid and that's it.
Do you feel like doing 2 appointments a week was also hindering your growth as a tattoo artist?
Oh, easily, yeah, because I wasn't able to experiment. I wasn't able to try new things. I wasn't building up a portfolio that I was proud of. I feel like I had a breakthrough and then I go a week without tattooing and I just forget, you know what I mean? The consistency in the actual tattooing wasn't there.
Yeah. I know you were doing 2 appointments a week. Were you ever booking out a couple appointments weeks ahead at all, or was it pretty much week to week?
The odd one person would book maybe a couple weeks out so they could save up money. But I always had availability before then.
Gotcha. And that was pretty much the case for 3 years. Were you ever busier at a certain point?
I'd been busier, but it was very much I'm not coming to work with an appointment in mind. Just if I was at a busy shop, I'd be busier. But It was
And
never like,
you were at a different shop at that time, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So walk me through next steps. Had you been following me for a while, or did you just see an ad or listen to the podcast? Like, where'd you go from there?
I've been following you for a few years at that point. Pretty much since I started to get into my apprenticeship, your content would pop up for me.
Yeah.
And I think we even interacted a couple times in the past, and I just didn't take you seriously at all. Um, which I hear
I'm
from a
curious,
lot
like,
of
be
people.
honest with me. What did you think when you first came across me? If you're being completely honest.
I specifically remember we had a DM exchange and you would send me a resource. And as soon as I looked at it, I saw that like there was money involved, and I was like, ah, fuck this guy. Like, I'm not paying money.
When was that?
That was probably, I don't know, like spring of 2024
Was the
or
resource?
something like
Did
that.
I charge for the resource itself?
I think so, yeah. Not
I
a
don't
lot
remember what
either.
I don't remember what it was.
It might have been like the Lighthouse game or something like way back in the day. I don't know, but
I think it was probably a free resource. It was probably a free YouTube video.
might have been. I don't know. I just remember looking at it. And I'm like, ah, this just seems too. It's funny because it seems so professional that it's fake. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Got it. That's interesting. And now, had you actually taken that resource, whatever it was, seriously at that time, what difference would that have made?
Oh, I probably would have, like, by now. I think I'd be like in space, like just so much better than I am even now, like in terms of my booking. But I always find too, like when you're ready for something, you're ready for it, right? At the time,
Yeah.
I don't know if I was even ready to take myself seriously.
Yeah, I think that resonates for a lot of people. They're just not there yet. And so you've been following me for a while, and then what? You saw that I was doing the Booked in 48 workshop, and you were like, all right, fuck this guy, but maybe I'll sign up. Or what were you thinking at that time?
Literally thought, and I said this to everyone I told about it, if I lose $48, it's not the end of the world. Like if I learn nothing, whatever. Like,
You had pretty low expectations, right?
yeah, I went in with no expectations because I was scared to be disappointed.
Okay, I mean, sometimes it's good. I try to go into things with pretty low expectations of like if I get anything out of this, But what was your experience of the workshop itself?
So that's the thing, right? I'm stressing how much I didn't believe in it because the results that I got from it were so astronomical. Like within minutes of just hearing you talk, I'm like, okay, this guy obviously knows what he's talking about. You're showing clear results. You're showing testimonials from people. And I had crazy results, like, like we've talked about, within the first half an hour of the workshop, I booked a full day session.
Within 30 minutes.
Basically, yeah.
What do you charge for a full day session?
At the time, it was $800 a day.
So you spent $48 with no expectations. You came, and 30 minutes later, you had an $800 appointment.
Yeah. And that's when I was completely like, yeah, I'm listening to this guy. Like, there's no question.
Cool. All right. And then what happened after that? Like, of just the Booked in 48 workshop, like what came of that?
That day later on, I booked another 2 full days.
Another 2 full days later on.
Yeah. So that same day, I scheduled another 2 full day appointments. So within 12 hours, I had booked $2,400 in appointments. And I kept following with the resources you provided at the workshop. And I was having crazy good results. Like within a week, I was starting to actually be, 1, 2, 3 weeks booked out.
Wow. Just from the Booked in 48. What do you feel it was? Like, what was it? Was it the content templates? Was it the DM scripts? Was it a little bit of everything? Like, tell me a little bit more about what you felt from what you got.
I think it was a little bit of everything, but the main thing, and I stress this to everyone, was the mindset shift. You had this great analogy about, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how annoying is it to, like, communicate with people online? Like, you know what I mean? And that really got me, as like, I shouldn't be caring about what these people think if they're not booking appointments. And if they are booking appointments, then they like me anyways.
Yeah. I think the analogy was people tend to be afraid of bothering people. And so if you DM someone that follows you, or you post a piece of content and you're like, hey, message me this, or you get on camera and you're talking, people are afraid that they're going to bother anyone. And I said, well, how much does that really bother someone on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being they got kicked in the dick, and 1 being they got lightly brushed up against while they're online at the bank. You're probably maybe a 1 or a 2 max.
Yeah.
And is that worth what it costs you, the 3 full day sessions, to avoid ever bothering someone at the scale of a 1 or a 2? Is that worth it to you?
Yeah. And as soon as you said something like that, I was like, wow, it's such a simple thing to think about. But once someone said it to me, I was like, okay, I actually don't need to be as afraid. I don't need to overthink this stuff because like these people follow me, like they want to see me.
Yeah. And so this is why I also say marketing is 90% mindset. It's 10% strategy. Some of the stuff I teach, you see it and you're like, that seems so obvious, but we don't do it. And we don't do it because there's a mindset block around it. What do you feel, what's something you believed before the Booked in 48 workshop that maybe you now see differently? I'm curious, like how could we paint a picture of that perspective shift?
Prior to doing the workshop, I genuinely believed that it was important what other people thought of me when they looked at my content. I didn't want to be judged by other tattooers or people I knew. And now I know it doesn't matter because people aren't going to judge you, period. And if they do, fuck them. Like, whatever.
Right. There are probably people that judge you. There's definitely people that judge me.
Yeah.
I mean, you judged me.
Yeah.
If I gave a fuck about you judging me, we wouldn't be talking here today.
Exactly.
And so then you think about, well, man, what impact could I have on other people, on your clients? Because like when you tattoo someone, you transform someone's life for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Right? They have an elevated experience of living in their physical body for the rest of their life because of the tattoo you did. And if you avoid bothering anyone or avoid being judged by anyone, you don't get to have that impact on that person.
That's right. That's very true.
So I'm always looking at like, what's the ripple effect of my actions or my inactions? And I think that's a big perspective shift for people. We're always so focused on the moment right in front of us. And how do we get to the end of the week or the end of the month, like pay the bills? But what's the ripple effect of me not taking action that I could be taking over the course of the next 5-10 years of your life, but also the lives of other people?
It's crazy to think about because I don't think we often think about it on such a big or a long-term scale. But you're right. Like even the smallest of things that we do in this industry, they're with people for life. And I think that taking those actions now to better yourself, in contrast, are going to have those lasting consequences that are ultimately going to be positive.
So you did that, and then why didn't you just stop there? You're like, all right, I'm now booking full day sessions. Like, why did you book a call? I think we hopped on a call, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, because we got overbooked with calls. We had, I don't know, it was like 60 something tattooers booked a call. Sometimes I meet with one of my coaches. Sometimes I'll handle the overflow. Why did you then decide, you know what, I'm going to book a call and see what else, being that you already had some awesome tools?
I just saw the potential and I knew that was just scratching the surface of what it is I could be learning. And I thought, okay, like, why stop here? Like, if it's already going so well, there must be more things I can learn that are going to have a bigger impact.
Yeah. And at this point, you're like, all right, I'm going to do the full Artful Marketer program. How many appointments had you booked just from the Booked in 48?
Just from the Booked in 48 alone, I would say I booked myself out about 3 to 4 weeks in advance. So about 20 appointments.
That's nuts. That's bonkers.
Yeah.
So we're booked out 3 to 4 weeks. And then we jump into the Artful Marketer. What has been your experience of continuing to learn to market yourself?
Completely unreal, overwhelmingly positive. The live calls, those are so helpful. Getting to have like real-time assistance and coaching, but all the resources available just make this so effortless, and they remove all the guesswork. They remove all the trial and error. you're the one just kind of scrolling through, taking the resources that you need at that time, and you have full access to them.
What do you feel are like the most helpful parts for you personally about the resources in Artful Marketer?
The templates, hands down, because they just remove a lot of that overthinking and a lot of that guesswork.
Yeah. That like, what do I post? That question that is on the minds of so many tattoo artists. My job is to like, how do we answer that question so that's not a concern anymore?
Yeah, and prior to doing the full program, in between the workshop and the program, I still had that thought of like, oh, I know I need to be posting content, but what am I posting? And then doing the program with all the templates, all the great suggestions, that's what really helped me to take it to the next level and stay consistent.
And so anyone out there that just feels like Instagram doesn't work for them, or Instagram can't work, or it hates you, or whatever it is that people think, you know, what would you say to someone that is maybe feeling that way?
You're not doing it enough, or you're not doing it right, or both.
Yeah. And a lot of people get overwhelmed with the amount of content. It's like, feels like a whole other ass job. Maybe speak on like your experience now that how much content are you posting now?
I honestly feel like I'm not even posting enough, but what I am posting is working for me. I always know there's more that we can be doing, right? But I try to post, I think, 3 to 4 times a week on average.
Okay. And are you just posting pictures of tattoos, or what are the posts that you're making?
So that's the thing. I always used to think, oh, I haven't tattooed in 2 weeks, I have no content. Now I post a tattoo maybe once a week, once every other week. Majority of my content is educational, or it's, you know, something funny for people to look at, or it's helping them to get a better sense of who I am.
How do you feel making content has helped your tattoo business?
It's been so helpful. That's so funny. I had a consult this morning with a client, and the first thing he said was, "You're all over my feed."
Isn't that interesting?
And I laughed and I was like, that's exactly what I want to hear. Like, and I have clients come in all the time. And they're like, yeah, I saw your post about this, your video about this. And they say, oh, that was funny, or that actually taught me something, you know, and that feels really good.
Yeah. So you're on their minds. And I always say to people when we first meet, I'm like, am I in your feed all the time? And they're like, yeah, I can't escape your content. And I'm like, that's not an accident.
Yeah.
I didn't just stumble into that. Marketing is a skill. It's a craft. That's why I call it the Artful Marketer.
Yeah.
It is like tattooing, and there's knowledge and skills that you learn and develop through practice. Do you feel like through practicing it, you've seen how your skill and your craft of marketing has grown?
Absolutely. When I started, it would take me hours to make a carousel or make a reel and put things together and make them look the way I want it to look. Now I'm doing them in 10, 20 minutes. Like, and I'm caring less about the outcome, but the outcome's coming out so much better now.
Yeah. So again, sort of letting go of the expectation of the outcome, which is what you did when you did the Booked in 48. I promote that. I say, yeah, don't have an expectation. Don't be attached. High intention, low attachment. That's the mindset that I have around content. I post stuff all the time that flops.
Yeah.
I don't sweat it for a fucking second because I'm on to the next thing. And I've built a habit. It's a lot of it's like working out, right? If you do 2 sit-ups a month and you don't have a 6-pack, I wouldn't wonder why. If you do a post a week, or you're just posting tattoos and you're wondering why you don't have clients, well, maybe it's because you're just simply not doing enough. And let go of the attachment. Just stick to the process. So now, after playing the Lighthouse game and using the templates and really using social media to your advantage, you were about 3 to 4 weeks booked out when you started 3 months ago. Where are bookings at now? What does it look like?
I'd say 3 to 4 months now.
Wow. And is it just like silly little Pinterest tattoos?
No, they're all full days.
They're all full days.
Yeah, 4 to 5 days a week, all full days.
What do you charge for a full day session?
Now it's $1,000.
So you raised your prices since then as well.
I had to, yeah.
Why did you have to?
It was hard to keep up with the demand, and I got to a point where I was like, okay, clearly the price I'm at right now is drawing people in. And I had a lot of clients that I've consults with, they were surprised at the price. And I felt like my work was worth more. I just was charging $800 because I needed clients.
Yeah.
But once I had that confidence, I was like, okay, great. Now I can charge what I think I'm worth, and people don't have a problem with it because I'm attracting the clients who I want.
Yeah. So there's a lot of tattooers out there. I've seen people posting that they're lowering their prices in order to attract clients. What would you say to anyone who's thinking, oh, I just need to lower my prices? That's going to solve the problem.
It's not going to get you more clients. It's going to get you worse clients.
Pretty much.
And, not to say that any one client is like bad, because obviously we all want to be doing our jobs.
No, but there's higher quality and lower quality, and not a judgment thing on the person or the individual. But there are clients that are more than happy to pay what you charge and more for a tattoo. And there's people that are going to haggle on the price. And our goal with our marketing is that we're not just being seen by every people, but the message that we're communicating is attracting the quality of client that we want to be working with. And your price should always reflect that.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something once too about how marketing isn't just bringing in the clients you want, it's pushing away the ones that aren't going to connect with the way you do things.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to get right back to this podcast, but just a quick marketing tip that most tattooers don't know is studies have shown that at any given time, roughly 3 to 5% of your Instagram followers are ready to buy from you right now, and another 20% would likely buy from you in the next 6 months. So if you're a tattoo artist with over 1,000 followers on Instagram, you're probably sitting on a ton of potential clients that you're just not tapping into. So I want to show you a repeatable process for gaining more followers and turning them into clients quickly, often within 24 hours. If that sounds interesting to you, just hit the link in the caption below, schedule a one-on-one marketing strategy session, and as soon as you book it, I will immediately send you a pre-session assignment to do. You can start doing this today to book more tattoos before your strategy session. Now, I do charge a small fee for this, and I'm going to give you my 10x guarantee. You might be wondering, what the fuck is that, Ryan? So basically, if you don't feel like this assignment and the one-on-one session was worth 10 times what you paid for it, I will give you a full refund. No questions asked. You have nothing to lose. I know as soon as you do this assignment alone, you're going to know that it was worth 10 times what you paid for it. I've already had hundreds of tattooers sign up and tell me that. So if for any reason you are not satisfied, I'm happy to refund you. Now, if you're not willing to step outside your comfort zone when it comes to social media marketing, this is probably not for you. But if you're tired of struggling on social media and you want a repeatable way to attract new clients during any season, then hit that link below, get all the details, and schedule a marketing strategy session. All right, back to the podcast. So you're booked out 3 to 4 months. You've moved shops. You've raised your prices. How would you describe like how you feel now compared to how you felt before this journey you've been on?
I feel great. Like I don't stress about money at all anymore. I don't stress about where my clients are coming from. Anytime that, maybe I'm a little busy, I take a break from marketing. It's not hard at all for me to get that momentum going. I feel so much healthier. I have more time to do the things that I love because I'm not stressing. I can go to the gym. I can spend time with people I love. It's the life that I wanted out of this career.
Yeah. And that's why I do this. I want to see tattooers just living the absolute best life that's possible for them. I want to see you tattooing the tattoos you actually want to do. I want to see you making the difference in the lives of the clients that you want to work with. And that's what keeps me going, is like these conversations it's like when your client looks in the mirror at their new tattoo and they're so stoked. This is the absolute best part of my job, is to get to talk to tattooers like you who, were at that place where they're living week to week and now they're feeling confident, they're feeling secure in their futures. But thank you for doing the work. Like, I can talk into a camera I can talk my head off, but you actually showed up, you actually did the work. Do you feel like you had to step outside of your comfort zone in order to do that?
Every moment of every day.
What does that mean? What does that look like for you to step outside your comfort zone?
Reaching out to people or, posting things that I'd never posted before was so stressful to me because, I'd never done them before, right? Like it's such a new concept, and doing those things felt awkward and ugly to do. Like I didn't want to be putting my face out there. I didn't want to be posting things that weren't tattoos. I don't want to look lame. But I thought, okay, clearly this works. So just try it. And if you hate it, you hate it, but you got to do it.
Is it as hard now as it was to make content and reach out to people?
No, it's second nature at this point.
Yeah. Do you actually enjoy it ever?
I do. Yeah, it's fun.
So before, if making content on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being super fun, 1 being miserable, how was your experience of making content before?
1 or less.
And although it's probably not a 10, I'm sure there are things you enjoy more. There are things I enjoy more than making content, but sometimes I have a lot of fun with it. Where would you say you're at on the scale now?
Oh, solid 7 or 8. I made a really cool reel today with people at my shop, and that was so much fun to do.
And so I want marketing to be fun, because if it's just a chore, like doing the dishes or something you don't want to do, what are the chances of you doing it consistently for the rest of your career? Pretty low. And so I really want people to see, wow, this can actually be fun. I can actually look forward to doing the thing that I have fun doing and also attracts clients all in one batch. That's how I know you're probably going to do this for the rest of your career. Do you feel confident that you're going to be able to fill your books for the rest of your career now?
Absolutely. And I think the big thing for me is it's sustainable. It's not like, oh, I have to force myself through this. Like, no, I've learned skills that I can use forever. It's like with tattooing. Like, I know how to do it now, so I can always do it.
Yeah. That was what got me into tattooing, was I wanted to learn a skill and learn the tools that no one could take away from me, that I have. The government can't tax it away from me. No one can steal it. No one can rob it from me. I possess those skills that I can provide for myself for the rest of my life. That was why I was excited to tattoo. And that mindset around marketing is what got me excited about it. I was like, ooh, I can learn a skill that no one can take from me, that will continue to help me live the life I want for the rest of my life. I will put as much time, energy, and money into learning that skill as I possibly can.
Yeah. And I remember when I started tattooing, I thought to myself, like, exactly, this is a thing that I could go anywhere in the world and I can do it. And it's something that I can live off of. And now with the marketing, I can go to any shop in any city, any guest spot, any country. I have the tools to make this happen now.
Yeah. That's a wild, wild shift in just 3 months.
Oh, I feel so much more secure. Prior to doing this, I was like, I don't even know if this is really for me. Like, I'm so new to the industry. It's going to take me 10 years to build a clientele. I can't afford to live that way. And now it's not even a question. I know I have clients. I know if I don't do some of the work, if I slack for a couple of weeks, okay, I can pick it back up and I can go right back to doing it and keep filling my calendar.
Do you feel like you've grown as a tattoo artist over the past couple months as a result of this?
Absolutely, because now I'm not walking into every session stressed about, oh, I'm making this much today and I've got making this much next week. Like, no, I know money's coming in nonstop. So I'm just showing up and I'm present for my client, and my client's getting a better experience now.
I mean, it sounds like you've done more tattooing in the past 3 months than you did in the past 6 months prior?
Easily.
And that's how you get better at it, is those reps in pulling lines and shading and filling and using your machine, learning your tools, your skills. So that's also a nice side effect of this, is we actually get better as a tattoo artist from simply booking more appointments.
I always stress to people like who I've tried to explain this to as well. Like, I don't think I'm some crazy one of a kind tattooer. Like, I think I'm a strong tattooer, but I'm not like an ink master or anything, but my skill is good to, like, it's good enough to do clean tattoos. That's not why I'm booked out. I'm booked out because I'm doing the marketing. And
so the old mindset of just do good tattoos and treat your clients right and you'll stay booked out, like, that did work. I get why people say that. And in theory, they're not wrong. But because the market is as saturated as it is, and I never say oversaturated, it just is saturated. There happen to be a lot of tattoo artists. Just doing good work doesn't have your business stand out amongst all the other businesses. Your
Yeah.
work might not stand out, and there's certainly always going to be tattooers that are better or worse than you, always. But your business stands out. You're on your clients' minds nonstop because every time they open up their Instagram account, they see you.
Yeah. And in my specific area, old school trad is like the thing. There's so many shops that do it. And I always give the example, and like, that's not my style, but I give the example of like 10 guys right now in a 5-mile radius can rip out a sick ass panther. So who's a client going to pick? They're going to go on Instagram. They're going to pick the person that they actually resonate with, who they can see their face. They know what they're walking into.
Yeah. All we're doing is increasing the odds that someone that's on Instagram, one, comes across you versus coming across another artist, and two, that they actually see you repeatedly enough where they build that trust, and they're like, all right, so when they're ready to book, and they might not be ready right now, right? But when they're ready, you're top of mind. That's the goal.
Yeah. And I actually made a reel about this because that was something that was popping up for me when I was talking to clients, is some of them weren't ready to book right away. And they said, I don't want to waste your time. I hope I'm not wasting your time. And I made a reel and I made the cover, like the thumbnail.
The thumbnail, yeah.
Yeah. And it was a picture of me looking like annoyed, and it said, "Are you wasting my time?"
Nice.
And I was just talking to it, the camera, and I was like, I don't care if you're booking now, if you're booking a year from now, if you're booking with another artist. It's not a waste of my time. This is my job. Ask me your questions, tattoo related, my favorite color, whatever. Like, that was a thing that just came up for me. And so I made a video about it and people loved it.
So it came up for you. I love this because this is something I try to teach people, is like, you're going to get some of the best marketing ideas from your clients, from the things that they say, or potential clients. So if people are saying, oh, I don't want to bother you, your perspective before, you might not have even realized that was an opportunity to make content. Now you're looking through a lens of like, ooh, that's a question that's on the minds of my potential clients. Let me make some content that answers that question and makes you more available, makes you easier to reach out to. And do you feel like that making yourself more available in that way has already paid off, or are you feeling like it's going to pay off?
Oh, it's made a big difference because I have less people saying that to me now, and that could be because of the video. But either way, now if somebody mentions that, I go, that's so funny. I actually recently posted a video about that. And then I usually see them go and like it. So
yeah.
I'm posting the information for them to have. And, I have a lot of people asking me about cover-ups. So I made a post about, yes, I do cover-ups. Here's what to expect.
Right. Something simple like that. Because a lot of clients don't know that a tattooist wants to do a cover-up or that they're open to that. So I love that. What now feels possible that maybe was not possible before learning how to attract clients? Like, what's something that you feel you didn't think was possible for yourself that you now feel is possible?
I think the main thing for me, and it's super surface level, but just not having a weight on my chest about money, like being able to pay off debts, being able to save towards a big purchase, being able to just do nice things for myself and other people that I couldn't do before. I never thought that was possible at all. It was like, I have my money, I pay my bills, and then I'm broke. That alone just opens up so many more possibilities for me.
Yeah. I do talk to tattooers on occasion that they're like, I want to do this program, but I want to work on paying off my debt first.
Yeah.
Before I get some help around marketing. What would you say to someone who's feeling that way?
This will pay off your debt.
And we've helped so many tattooers get out of debt in the Artful Marketer and Artful Dollar programs by having a structure for how do we make more money? How do we save more money? How do we pay off debt? If I didn't have structure, if I didn't have systems, I'm a fucking dumpster fire. Like I'm a hurricane, and I'm always focusing on it. And it's like, I need those guardrails of like, okay, I can repeat this process. I can do this over and over again.
It's like a formula.
Yeah.
Like by the end of the year, I'm on track. Like my actual amount of debt I had was close to 20K. So by the end of the year, that'll be gone.
By the end of this year?
Yeah, by the end of 2025, that'll be gone.
So 3 months ago, you had $20,000 worth of debt.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then August, September, October, November, December, that's all going to be gone.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. How does that feel?
it gets me excited because I know going into next year without having that weight and now also having all that money coming in, limitless opportunities to keep growing my business and doing the things I want to do and just leveling up as a person.
Wow. Amazing. I love hearing it. Again, I'm proud of you. I'm honored to have the opportunity and the trust from you and other tattooers to guide them, even if they think I'm full of shit when they first come across me. But yeah, thank you for doing the work and thank you for sharing your experience. I really appreciate it.
No, of course. And that's the main thing. And when I try to explain this to people as well, I always say, you're not going to snap your fingers and magically make a difference for yourself. You have to put in that work at the end of the day.
Yeah. I want people to know this is not a get rich quick scheme at all.
No,
if you want that, go somewhere else because this ain't it.
It's tough and it's emotional. You and I have had conversations in the past where I felt like shit.
We were on a call just yesterday and there was like more than one person getting emotional on this group call. And I think that's something that people don't realize until they get into the program is that you're with a group of like 30, 40 other tattooers on these calls and people are being honest, like real honest about what's stopping them, what their breakdowns are. You're learning from other people and there are not enough like open, we'll call them safe spaces, but like a place where you feel safe enough to be that honest, to be that vulnerable. And I think everyone benefits from that.
Oh, dude, the community aspect of the program is unreal. Like having access to other like-minded individuals literally around the world. I was shocked to hear about the different places people are doing this from. But
yeah, Germany, Australia, all over Canada, all the US.
Having people like literally join the call at 2 a.m. and you're talking about your experience and they're in the chat, like I relate to that, man. It's like, thank you. You know, like it's hard to find that. It's so hard to find that sense of community, and having that just means I'm getting emotional just talking about it. Like it means a lot.
Yeah. I'm so glad that, you know, me, and it's not just me, like there's a whole team of people behind me. It is not easy to manage this, and hearing this story and the hundreds of stories that we've heard of people that have gone through this is what keeps us going. You know, that sure, we all make a living, we make money doing it, but that's not why we do this. We do this for people like you that really are seeking something more in their lives, and they're just looking for the pathway to get them there. So.
Oh yeah, and you guys put in so much work too, and like obviously, like you said, you make a living doing it, but you never stop. Like you're always just random. Like here's this idea I had. Here's this new thing I had. I updated this thing, and it's like, when do you get a break? You know, and it's like knowing someone is out there, like they're in your corner, like just tirelessly working, makes me want to work harder.
I constantly am thinking, and that's interesting to think about that. I didn't even realize that it makes you want to work harder. But I'm constantly, like, I literally wake up in the middle of the night and I'll send myself a voice message. I'll text myself because I'll have this idea of a way I can make your life easier. Like that happens to me on a regular basis. I'm just spending all my time doing it. I'm obsessed with making tattooers' lives richer, more fulfilling, more exciting, more rewarding. And I'm in your corner. So I'm glad I'm glad you're across.
I just expected like, yeah, here's all the stuff. Do it at your own pace. If you have a question, hit me up. End of discussion. But no, like I said, you're always there, like pushing, doing as much as you can. And I'm like, if this guy's busting his ass like that, like I also need to be doing that because, you know, this is for me. At the end of the day, it's for me.
I think that what you're really bringing up is, and this I think is like I'll just call it out, a big problem in tattooing is that you will always grow to the level of the people that you surround yourself with. Yeah. And I've worked at shops where the people around me did not inspire me to grow. I didn't feel pushed. I didn't feel motivated. And I needed to find those groups of people. And my life, my abilities, my skills grew so much faster because I saw someone else was busting their fucking ass. I'm like, whoa, that's possible. And you grow so much when you surround yourself with people, myself and all the other people in the program. So,
and that's a big motivation as to why I relocated studios was I felt like I was putting in so much work and I wanted to be surrounded by people doing the same thing. And now where I'm at, everyone here works so hard, especially the owner. And that's so inspiring to me.
They're standing right there listening, right? No.
They're not listening, but they're on the other side, the other side of the room. Yeah. But no, like
It's
every
the
day,
best
like
feeling to be at a shop where everyone's busting ass, everyone's pulling their weight, and it's like the best feeling in the world. Yeah.
yeah, because you feel like a team, like an actual team working together.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. Well, look, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I want you to get back to making some awesome tattoos. If people are curious to like check out your content and your tattoos on Instagram, what's your handle?
It's at Noah Tattoos with a Z at the end. The other one was taken, so at Noah.tattoos. Yeah.
Cool. I like it, dude. Awesome. Well, keep up the great work. And again, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Take care.
All right, if you found this episode helpful, one of the best ways for you to help other artists is to share this episode. Leave a review and subscribe. It helps other people find my channel, and you never know what a difference it might make for someone else. Plus, I will forever be grateful for your support, so I just want to say thank you and have a great rest of your day.